This is the Chevrolet Detroit Grand Prix. Jim Campbell is the General Motors Vice President of Performance and Motorsports. You really are the welcoming committee for all of us race fans here in the Midwest, rolling out the red carpet, not just in Detroit, but in downtown Detroit, right in the shadow of the Renaissance Center. How special of an event is this for GM?
Yeah, it is. Well, welcome to Detroit.
Thank you.
First of all, this is our world headquarters here at the Renaissance Center, and of course, 1.7 mile, nine turn track goes right around the Renaissance Center. It's kind of unique. We're so proud to have this race here, and we like to have it downtown Detroit, back in downtown Detroit. Half of this track is free to anybody in the community that wants to come to the races. The other half, obviously, we have the opportunity to give, we charge for seats in different spots. So it's great. It's a really open and inclusive race. We're loving the idea of adding to the IndyCar and the IMSA fan base, and IndyCar next, of course, too.
So for many years, Belle Isle was a great home for this event, but the move off Belle Isle last year to the downtown streets, what has the impact of that been, not just for GM, but broadly for the city of Detroit?
Well, it's been great. Number one, first of all, we loved our time at Belle Isle. It's just magnificent out there. The Scott Fountain, and very special place here in Michigan is Belle Isle. But what we love about Detroit is just the fact that more people can come to the races. And we also saw the economic spending almost double from when we were on Belle Isle, so that's a really good thing for the whole region. And then the racing is it's exciting. You go down west on Jefferson, which is the road that we're right here running adjacent to. The Indy cars will be getting into sixth gear, going about 188 miles an hour. That's what we saw last year. And then they got to get deep on the brakes to make that hairpin turn, come back east on Jefferson, and pop behind the Rensen, go along the Detroit River, and then obviously complete the course or go down the double pit lane, which is a unique feature of this race. When Roger and Bud and Michael Matrai were setting the course up, we just didn't have a place that was long enough for a single pit lane, and so they came up with the idea, what about a double pit lane? You know, it's been talked about over the years, but we did it here in Detroit. It's a unique aspect, and we love it.
Yeah, proof of concept was last year.
Yeah,
it worked just fine.
It was.
You know, you've got the Chevy-powered Indy car. You've got the Cadillac GTP car. Of course, you've got the Corvette GT3 car, brand new this year as well. So pretty much every angle from a performance aspect in the GM portfolio, it's all covered. It's all on display.
No doubt about it. The Corvette Z06 GT3R, brand new race car. Obviously, the GT convergence took us there from the GTLM car, which we're standing right next to from a couple years ago. But bottom line is that that vehicle was designed by our team. We work with Pratt Miller to actually assemble it. We build the engines right here in Michigan, and so our build team, they hand build the engines. 5.5 liter dual overhead cam, flat plank crank, amazing engine. And so we build it here, and then the people that build that engine come down and they get to cheer on the Corvette team. It's kind of cool. And then the Cadillac is also, that engine is built here as well. And that's got a 5.5 liter dual overhead cam. That's got a 90-degree V crank, if you will. And so that is also hand built here in Michigan, and then the team comes down and watch all the Cadillacs run. And then of course in IndyCar, we work with Ilmore and our Chevrolet engineers. About half the field will be running Chevy Power, as you know. And so it's great to have those drivers here. But between all the IndyCar drivers and the IMSA drivers, some of the very best open wheel and sports car drivers, they're racing right here in Detroit. We couldn't be prouder.
Well, we'll close with this. You're coming on the heels of a big win in Indianapolis last week. Of course, we got this big event here in Detroit, and we're only a few weeks away from the 24 Hours of Le Mans. From a GM brand perspective on the performance side, I don't know if there's a bigger 3 or 4 week span than the one that we're in right now.
Yeah, no, this is great, and our teams are really, they're in a rhythm right now, and because they knew this was coming. It comes every year in this kind of sequence. Super proud of what happened at Indy, and obviously Joseph Newgarden and the Penske team got the win. Pato Award, so talented. Aaron McLaren Chevrolet second. We had 9 Chevys finish within the top 12. I'm proud of that, and 5 different teams from the Chevrolet portfolio. So many of those teams felt some improved performance this year. Then obviously we'll have the race here this weekend with both IMSA and IndyCar, and then off to Le Mans. And in Le Mans, we'll be running in the hypercar category with the Cadillac, the V-Series.R. We finished on the podium last year, but the goal is not to finish on the podium, it's to finish on the top step. So it's going to be so competitive. Actually, this is an amazing time in sports car racing. And then, of course, we'll be running in the LMGT 3 category. It's a Pro-Am category with the Corvettes, with one of our teams that's going to field a couple cars here. So it's going to be great. This is a great time in motorsports, and we couldn't be prouder to be part of all those series.
So much cool stuff going on, and first and foremost, thank you so much for welcoming us here to Motor City. Love this event, love coming here.
Great, thanks for being here.
Subscribe to Racer and save 24% off the cover price. You'll get the print and digital editions with an issue archive through 2012. Visit info.racer.com to learn more.